Your future spouse is sending a message to you. Don't skip. Your spirit has been sensing something unusual lately. That stirring in your heart, that sudden wave of emotion that came without a name. It wasn't random. It was alignment. Something is being released over your love story right now, and you are being called to receive it with clarity, not confusion. There is someone real, someone chosen, someone appointed for you. They are not perfect, but they are yours by divine design. And right now, this very moment, your future spouse is trying to send a message across realms. They may not know your name yet, but their soul is crying out for yours. Don't move from this message, because what's about to be spoken might be the confirmation you've silently prayed for. Your future spouse is being awakened by God. Their spirit has been in a season of shaking, just like yours. The same way you've cried silently in your room, wondering if you'll ever be fully seen, loved, chosen, and protected, is the same way they've been asking heaven, Lord, is there someone out there who matches my scars and honors my heart? You are not imagining it. That ache, that longing, is not desperation. It's destiny stretching. They are on their way. But first, God is making them ready. And you too are being refined in this very moment. For the kind of love that doesn't just look good on the outside, but worships together, heals together, waits together, builds together, and never gives up. Don't skip, because right now, heaven is releasing insight into your future covenant. Your future spouse has felt delays, heartbreaks, and losses, just like you. They've been misjudged, mistreated, and mishandled. But all of that pain was not wasted. It was training, because loving you will require someone who understands depth. Someone who doesn't just chase surface-level attraction, but guards your anointing with intercession. Someone who knows how to lead in prayer, not just pose for pictures. They're not sending a text, not a DM, but something deeper, a spiritual impression, a pull in the spirit. They are dreaming about someone without knowing it's you. They are longing for something true, without realizing it's already in motion. And this message, this one right here, is the bridge between your faith and their preparation. God says in Isaiah 34:16, "Not one will lack her mate, for my mouth has commanded it, and his spirit has gathered them." That means, if you are chosen, you are not forgotten. If God created the desire, he also created the match. Like two puzzle pieces drawn from different boxes, you've been refined separately, so you can fit perfectly in purpose. Like this video, if your heart believes that. Comment below, blessed and ready to receive. And don't forget to subscribe to Anointed Echo for more divine confirmations like this. Stay with me, because your future spouse is not coming in the way you expect. They are not coming to rescue you, because God already did that. They're not coming to complete you, because your identity is already whole in Christ. They're coming to align, to partner, to walk alongside, not behind or in front of you, but beside you. The weight has felt cruel, sometimes silent. You've wondered if you were the only one still praying while everyone else got their fairy tale. But God was not ignoring you. He was guarding you. And just like you, your person was hidden too, protected, separated, set apart for such a time as this. Don't skip. There were moments they almost settled, people they almost chose, situationships they almost stayed in, but heaven interrupted. Just like heaven interrupted. Just like heaven interrupted your own pattern of going in circles. They are not just coming with flowers, they're coming with prayer. Not just with words, but discernment. Not just with attraction, but assignment. Yes, you are their answered prayer, but they are also yours. Their message is this: I'm healing, I'm fighting, I'm praying, I'm growing, and even though I haven't met you face to face, I am preparing for the day I do, because I don't want to mishandle you. I don't want to project my trauma onto you. I want to cover you, protect you, understand you, and never confuse you. I want to make peace feel like a home we both live in together. That's the message from their soul, and you feel it because your spirit recognizes truth when it arrives, even before the person does. Don't leave this word hanging. Hit that like button if your faith is stirred. Subscribe to Anointed Echo if you know God is not finished with your love story. You may be thinking, but I've failed too many times. I've loved the wrong ones. I've lost hope. But listen, Romans 8:28 still stands, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. That includes your past. That includes every tear you wasted on people who couldn't see your worth. That includes the nights you blamed yourself for what broke. It's all being turned into fertilizer for your future garden of love. Comment, I believe God is restoring my love story. Say it with expectation. This isn't a fairy tale. This is a faith walk, and you're not walking alone. Now lean in, because I need you to hear this. Your future spouse has been praying to not find someone perfect, but someone real, someone authentic, someone who knows how to say, I'm sorry, someone who still believes in prayer more than pettiness. And the reason it's taken time is because both of you had to unlearn the world's way of loving. You had to detox from trauma bonding. They had to detox from lust-based decisions. And now you're both being brought into divine rhythm. Don't skip this part. They've seen glimpses of you, maybe in dreams, maybe in visions, maybe through random people who reminded them of something they couldn't explain. And you've sensed a name, a feeling, a stirring that won't go away. Why? Because God is the author of love. He doesn't tease your heart with illusions. When He places someone in your spirit, it's because He's already placed you in theirs. Stay close, because your posture in this waiting season matters. This is not the time to chase. It's the time to prepare. Clean your inner house. Purify your heart. Raise your standards. Let go of counterfeits. Stop entertaining energy that distracts from destiny, because your spouse will not be drawn to chaos, but to peace. Let your life become the invitation to the one who's already searching for you. And here's the hard truth. You may meet them when you least expect. It won't be fireworks. It'll be divine confirmation. It'll feel like breathing, like home, like finally. God says in Proverbs 18:22, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. But don't miss this. The finding is not about chasing someone around. It's about discovery through obedience. He will discover you in obedience. She will recognize you in the Spirit, and it will not be forced. It will not be confusion. It will not be pain packaged as passion. It will be peace. Hit the like button if you receive that, and subscribe right now to Anointed Echo, because more messages like this are coming directly for you. And if you feel this message has spoken to you, I want you to comment boldly, I'm ready for my God-ordained, not just because you're tired of waiting, but because now you are aligned. You're ready to be loved the way heaven designed you to be loved, not as a project, but as a promise, not as an option, but as a covenant.
Don't skip. There's more to this than you realize. Your future spouse isn't looking for someone to impress the world with, but someone to build a world with. Their message to you isn't wrapped in roses or movie lines. It's hidden in maturity, in the discipline to pray, even when it's hard, in the decision to choose love when it's uncomfortable, in the loyalty to commit, Even when fear whispers run, they are being trained to love you in ways that go beyond the usual. To see you when you're silent, to cover you when you're weak, to speak life into your purpose, not just your appearance. That's the kind of love you've been waiting for, and that's the kind of love heaven is sending your way. Don't scroll. You need to hear this part clearly. When God puts two people together, He doesn't just bless the surface, He aligns their vision. Your future spouse isn't just a romantic partner. They're your co-laborer in Christ. They're someone who won't just hold your hand. They'll hold your prayers. Someone who won't just text, "Good morning." They'll intercede for your destiny while you sleep. And right now, whether you're aware or not, God is working behind the scenes in both of your lives, cutting cords, closing doors, exposing counterfeits, and opening divine paths so that nothing hinders the two of you from meeting, connecting, and walking in assignment together. You've waited, you've wept, but now you're walking into a season of divine whispers becoming visible reality. And if you believe that, hit that like button right now. If you're tired of waiting on fake love and finally ready to be positioned for the real, comment this below. Blessed and ready to receive. Don't forget to subscribe to Anointed Echo if you feel this in your soul, because you're about to see the shift with your eyes. God is not teasing you, He's training you. The delay wasn't a punishment, it was a preservation. Some of you would have married brokenness out of loneliness. If God hadn't stepped in, you would have attached yourself to someone who admired your looks, but dishonored your calling. But heaven loves you too much to let you settle into sorrow disguised as companionship. So He allowed it to hurt, to fall apart, to stay silent, not to destroy you, but to detox you from what love is not. Now your spirit is finally open to what love truly is. This is what your future spouse is sending you from the spiritual realm. A message that says, "I've prayed for someone who carries peace like oil, laughter like medicine, and fire like a prophet. Someone I don't have to perform for, but someone I can grow with, cry with, and worship beside." They don't want to repeat the patterns of their past. Just like you, they're tired of shallow connections. They want covenant, not convenience. Faithfulness, not followers. Purpose, not performance. So don't be surprised if, before they come, people from your past try to reappear. They will come to distract, to delay, to distort. But listen, recognize the test. If it doesn't feel like clarity, it's not them. If it reopens wounds instead of healing them, it's not from God. Your spouse will not confuse you. Their love will not make you question your worth. Their words will carry weight, not games. Their presence will feel like rest, not tension. When God sends the one, He sends peace as the introduction. That peace will confirm what your spirit has been sensing all along. Let me be clear, this is not a fairy tale. This is faith plus obedience, and it requires your participation. You don't prepare for a blessing by just waiting. You prepare by becoming, by healing, by releasing the people still occupying the space where your real person is supposed to land. You cannot carry trauma into covenant. Your future spouse is not coming to rescue you. They're coming to partner with you. And if you're still carrying the weight of everyone who left, mistreated, cheated, ghosted, or confused you, you will not have the capacity to receive what's next. So take this moment right now to release them. Out loud, say, "God, I release every counterfeit, every soul tie, every memory, every wound. I want to be healed so I can love fully. I want to be free so I can recognize who you are sending." That posture right there is what unlocks divine connection. Because God can only bring someone into your life that you're emotionally prepared to value, spiritually equipped to support, and mentally ready to walk with. Don't skip. Some of you are closer than you realize. You may meet them in a casual place, on a day you weren't dressed up, through a situation you weren't planning. Because God doesn't operate in our performances, He shows up in our alignment. They won't come to fill a void, they'll come to add value, and when it happens, you'll feel it before you even fully understand it. God will whisper, "This is them." Your peace will say yes. Your spirit will settle. Your smile will feel different. Your heart won't race in panic. It'll rest in assurance. But for now, prepare. Because the one who's sending you this message is also becoming someone worth receiving. They're learning how to lead, how to pray, how to serve, how to love with intention, how to communicate without confusion. And you're doing the same. That's what makes this union sacred, not perfect, but heaven approved. Don't skip this final verse in this section, Song of Songs 3:4. You have found the one whom my soul loves. That's the kind of love that is not rushed, not faked, not forced, but found through divine timing. Comment that below if this resonates. My soul is ready for kingdom love. And subscribe now to Anointed Echo so you don't miss the follow-up word coming next. Because the moment you receive this truth and believe it with your whole heart, God begins to move. Heaven responds to readiness, so prepare your home, clean your heart, pray bold prayers, set clear boundaries, envision the table God is building. Not for one, but for two. They're sending a message through time, through spirit, through faith. And the more you align with heaven, the louder it gets in your soul. Their footsteps are already approaching your future.
Don't skip. Their spirit is crying out for alignment, and you are the one heaven has shown them in fragments, in pieces, in visions, in inner knowing. Right now, your future spouse is navigating the same tension between faith and fear that you are. They've had moments of doubt, asking God, will I ever truly be understood? And just like you, they've had to unlearn false love, dressed up as attention. But something is shifting. The veil is lifting. The delays are turning into directions, and the questions they've been asking are leading them to you. This is not your imagination playing tricks on you. This is not loneliness speaking louder than truth. This is the Holy Spirit confirming, yes, your love story is still alive, and it's being written right now, while you wait, while you heal, while you grow. The enemy tried to convince you that you missed your moment, that it was too late, that you were too broken, too behind, too complicated. But hear me, the devil is a liar. You are not disqualified. You are being refined. And the right one, your person, won't be intimidated by your past. They'll be inspired by your growth. Don't skip this moment. Your future spouse isn't waiting to find perfection. They're praying to find purpose. And that purpose has a name, yours. You don't need to convince them. You don't need to chase. You don't need to shrink yourself to be accepted. You only need to align with who God is making you into. And the right one will recognize you by your spirit. Yes, your spirit. Not your selfies. Not your resume. Not your income. But your spirit, the place where peace, patience, kindness, and worship. Because that's the part of you that matches theirs. Right now, they're trying to figure out if they're ready. They're asking God if the pain they've survived has made them strong enough to love someone like you. Fully, gently, consistently. And heaven is whispering back, yes, keep going. The one I have for you is also preparing. You've both been misinterpreted, overlooked, abandoned, but none of that broke you. It built you. That's why this kind of love will be different.
It's not built on fantasy. It's built on faith. It won't happen on the world's timeline. It'll happen in divine timing. And when it does, it will feel like redemption. God says, "I am the Lord who restores. I will give beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, praise for heaviness. I will take what the enemy meant for harm and turn it into testimony. You've sown in tears, you will reap in joy. You've survived betrayal, you will be loved with loyalty. You've waited in silence, you will be seen with clarity." Now like this video if your heart believes that truth, and if this is confirming what you've been sensing. Drop a faith phrase in the comments, blessed and ready to receive. And don't you dare forget to subscribe to Anointed Echo, so you don't miss the next message. God is preparing for your heart, because this story isn't over, it's unfolding. Let's go deeper. This person, the one heaven is connecting to you, will not come with fireworks and chaos. They will come with honor, with peace, with stillness in their presence that makes your spirit exhale. Their words will not flatter your ego, they'll nurture your soul. You won't need to guess if they care. You won't need to beg for their consistency. You won't need to fight to be heard. They will see you, not just with their eyes, but with their spirit. Because when God writes the love story, it's not loud, it's clear, and clarity is coming. Don't scroll, stay until the end. Your breakthrough is hidden in this word. Your future spouse may not even know your name yet, but their spirit is calling for someone just like you. Someone with scars that turned into strength. Someone who didn't lose their softness after heartbreak. Someone who can pray, but also laugh. Someone who's been through storms, but still dances in the rain. Someone who carries wisdom, but still believes in wonder. They are being shaped by God to love you with reverence, not resistance. And you're being shaped to receive love with trust, not trauma. Don't scroll. They've been in rooms that felt too small for their spirit. They've outgrown people who wanted access to their body, but not their soul. And now they're ready. Not perfect, but postured. That's why this message found you. Because the timing is getting close. The shift is beginning. The pieces are aligning. It won't be forced. It won't be confusing. It won't be performance. It will feel like peace, like ease, like covenant, like home. Hit that like button if your spirit is testifying right now. And remember, God's not teasing you with this. He's teaching you how to recognize His signature when the promise shows up. So be honest with yourself. What parts of you still need to heal? What behaviors would you want your future spouse to be breaking off right now? Then do the same. Mirror the maturity you desire. Practice the loyalty you want. Be the safe place you hope to find. Because the kind of love you're asking for, it takes preparation, not just prayer. Don't forget this verse. Psalm 27:14. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart. And wait for the Lord. Not passive waiting. Active. Intentional. Full of faith. Comment below. I will wait for what is mine, even if it takes time. And subscribe to Anointed Echo right now, because you don't want to miss what God says next. There is an unlocking happening. In the spiritual realm, doors are opening, paths are clearing. God is speaking your name in places your feet haven't touched yet. Your future spouse may even be thinking of you right now, without knowing why. Their heart is restless, because their spirit is beginning to recognize yours from a distance. This is divine alignment. Heaven is orchestrating what no dating app, no advice column, no relationship coach could ever manufacture. This isn't dating by the world's method. This is connection by God's mercy, and it will be worth the wait. It will be worth the warfare. It will be worth the lonely nights. Because this kind of love will not drain you. It will build you, and you'll look back on this message, this very moment, and say, God, thank you for not letting me settle. So don't settle. Don't go back. Don't numb the ache with distraction. Don't open the door for someone who only knows how to knock with lust and leave when it gets deep. The one who's for you won't just knock. They'll bring keys to peace, to protection, to partnership. Let that sit in your soul.
Don't skip. What you're about to hear could shift how you carry your waiting season from this point forward. Your future spouse isn't lost. They're in the hands of God. You're not forgotten. You're in the hands of God. And when God is holding both of your hearts, delay does not mean denial. It means divine development. Right now, they may not even realize that their steps are being ordered in your direction. But in their stillness, God is planting seeds. In their frustration, God is removing idols. In their preparation, God is teaching them how to love someone like you. Bold, soft, discerning, strong, and called. This is not a random love story. This is a kingdom assignment. You are not being prepared for just any spouse. You are being prepared for your person, the one who will learn your love language without being forced. Apologize when they get it wrong, without ego. Worship beside you, without shame. Protect your heart like it's their own. Yes, that kind of person exists. And no, you don't have to compromise your standards to find them. Don't scroll. You're getting closer to divine connection. They are not looking for someone to complete them. They're looking for someone who will multiply what's already in motion. Their message is not just romantic, it's prophetic. They're saying in the spirit, I've had to heal my own insecurities, break my own patterns, close the doors that were blocking my clarity, because I want to meet you whole, not wounded. I want to recognize you with spiritual eyes, not just fleshly desire. I want to love you the way Christ loves the church, fully, selflessly, faithfully. And if you feel that in your bones, tap the like button now. Then comment, blessed and ready to receive. Let your faith echo back into the realm where their prayers are already traveling. And subscribe to Anointed Echo, because we're not done yet. This is just part of the unveiling. More is coming. Now let's go deeper. This is a season where God is clearing out distractions, emotionally, spiritually, and even digitally. Don't be surprised if you suddenly lose interest in things you used to chase. That's not random. That's alignment. You're being emptied of the noise so you can recognize the voice of the one who's being sent to love you right. Because here's the truth. Before your spouse finds you, you must find yourself in God. You can't expect someone to honor your identity if you're still hiding behind shame. You can't expect someone to choose you daily if you still view yourself as disposable. You can't expect someone to speak life into you if your internal dialogue is still echoing death. That's why your waiting season matters. It's not punishment, it's positioning. Right now, your future spouse is walking through their own fire, not the kind that destroys, but the kind that purifies. They're learning patience, forgiveness, financial wisdom, emotional intelligence, relational maturity. They're being stretched, grown, humbled. Because to love someone like you, it takes more than feelings, it takes formation. And God is not rushing their process. Just like He's not rushing yours, He's doing it thoroughly, intentionally, lovingly. So when the connection happens, it won't be two broken halves desperately clinging to each other for identity.
It'll be two whole people bringing their healed pieces into one story of restoration. That's different. That's divine. So pause, breathe. Let this wash over your soul. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are seen. You are being prepared. And you are being matched by the master of perfect timing. God doesn't just look for compatibility. He creates it. When he joins two people, he's not worried about the timeline. He's committed to the transformation. So if you feel like you've been waiting forever, check this. You may not be waiting on your spouse to change. You may be waiting on you to shift into the version of yourself that's able to sustain the kind of love you're praying for. God doesn't give you what your prayers request. He gives you what your maturity can handle. And if you're ready to receive, then show your faith with action. Hit the like. Drop the words in the comments. I will be found prepared, not just waiting. And don't forget to subscribe to Anointed Echo, because the next message might be the one that unlocks what's been sitting in your spirit for weeks. Now let's hit this final wave in today's release. Don't skip this. Sometimes before the real one arrives, the enemy will try to send a counterfeit dressed in urgency. They'll say the right things, play the part, pretend to be aligned, but they won't have fruit. They'll only have fantasy. Your future spouse won't pressure you. They'll pursue you with honor, not haste, with transparency, not manipulation, with intercession, not confusion. How will you know it's them? Peace. The voice of God does not come with fear, panic, or manipulation. It comes with stillness. You'll know it's them when your spirit stops striving, when your heart is still, when your mind isn't racing, when your soul says this is safe, this is stable, this is sacred. They won't be flashy. They'll be consistent. They won't be loud. They'll be clear. And clarity is the new confirmation. So as I close this portion, let these final prophetic words settle into your bones. Your person is being refined for you right now. They are walking away from distractions. They are deleting contacts that no longer align. They are crying out for clarity. They are breaking family patterns. They are becoming more sensitive to God's voice. They are learning to lead without ego and to love without fear. And when God says now, they'll be released straight into your life. With no games, no delays, no confusion, just divine rhythm. And you will know, you will see, you will testify. This is the one I prayed for. This is the one heaven shaped just for me. Like this video, comment, my heart is ready, and subscribe to Anointed Echo. Now, there's more coming.
Don't skip. This next part might be the part your spirit was desperately waiting for, because sometimes you don't need a new word. You need a confirmation of what God already whispered when you were too tired to believe it. And here it is. You are still getting married. Not just any marriage, not just any connection, but a divinely assigned covenant that doesn't just make you smile, it makes you grow. Yes, the road has been long. Yes, the disappointments were real. Yes, the betrayals left marks. Yes, the fake love drained you, but God was there for every tear, every delay, every almost that collapsed at the altar of deception. You didn't miss it. You didn't ruin it. You're not too late. Your future spouse is still being prepared, and their spirit is still reaching for you, whether they realize it or not. You've been showing up for yourself. Now someone's being trained to show up for you. So hear this in your spirit. The wait was never about punishment. It was about preservation. You see, covenant love can't grow in polluted soil. God had to clear out your surroundings, break ungodly ties, strip you of false attachments, Rewire your beliefs about love, because the level of loyalty and depth you're about to walk into cannot survive shallow thinking or inconsistent effort. Don't scroll. You're finally at the part that matters most. This person, your future spouse. They're not being sent just to fulfill a romantic desire. They are coming to unlock the version of you that's been waiting to bloom. Because sometimes the right love doesn't just make your heart flutter, it makes your calling explode. They're coming to water you, not to dim you, to build with you, not to compete with you, to fight beside you, not to fight against you, to help carry what God has placed inside of you, not to distract you from it. Their message is simple but powerful. I'm not perfect, but I'm willing. I've made mistakes, but I'm not giving up. I want you, not just your body, but your mind, your dreams, your anointing, your growth, your safety, your peace. I want all of it, and I'm praying daily that I'll be ready when the moment comes. And your job right now is to become the kind of person who doesn't miss that moment. Not because you're busy chasing counterfeits, not because you're too bitter to see the blessing, not because you're so wounded you shut down. When real love knocks, don't scroll. I need you to get this in your soul. You will not miss what is yours when you choose healing over hiding. There's someone being taught by heaven right now to study your soul, not your selfies, to value your voice, not just your shape, to nurture your growth, not just admire your beauty. This is real, and if you feel that truth hitting home, like this video now, then comment below. I choose healing. I choose love. I choose God's timing. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Anointed Echo, because the next word God has for you may be the one that changes how you see everything. Now pause, because there's something else your spirit needs to know. Your future spouse is going through a spiritual war right now that you can't see. Temptation is fighting them. Doubt is chasing them. Their past is trying to speak louder than their faith. But here's the good news. God is winning. Every day God is calling them back. Every day heaven is protecting them from relationships that look good but drain destiny. Every day the Holy Spirit is whispering, there's more. Keep preparing. Keep praying. I'm aligning you with someone worth the wait. That someone is you, so don't stop praying for them. Even if you've never met, even if you don't know their name, even if you're tired of believing, stand in the gap, cover them in the Spirit, declare protection, wisdom, freedom, and breakthrough over their life. Because when God finally lets your paths cross, you'll realize your prayers were preparing the person who would walk beside you for life. That's powerful love. And yes, it's worth every tear, every lonely night, every time you wanted to settle, but didn't. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. That includes the path to your future spouse. So trust him. Comment below, I trust you, God, even when I don't understand. And once again, if this message is confirming what's been in your spirit, subscribe now to Anointed Echo. There's more coming. Let's shift now, because some of you are about to be surprised by the timing. It won't happen when you feel the most confident. It won't happen when you feel the most put together. It may happen when you feel unworthy. But God doesn't match people based on your mood. He matches based on mission, and your assignment is getting ready to align with theirs. You'll meet them at the intersection of surrender and obedience, not in performance, not in pretending, but in the quiet trust of Lord. Whenever you say now, I'm ready, this person will not be flashy.
They will be intentional. They will know what they want, and they won't be afraid to pursue you with honor, not possession, not pressure, but purpose. And here's the final key in this section. You won't have to beg to be chosen. They will choose you freely, daily, spiritually, not because you manipulated their emotions, but because God revealed you to them through peace. And peace is the loudest confirmation you will ever hear. Don't let loneliness trick you into calling chaos connection. Wait for peace. The peace that silences your fears. The peace that affirms your worth. The peace that makes you feel safe, seen, and celebrated. That peace is coming, and when it arrives, it will walk in on 2 feet and speak with clarity, not confusion. Now pause again and make this personal. Lift your heart right now and say, God, I receive the love you have for me. I receive your timing. I trust your plan. Make me ready, not just to meet them, but to love them well. If you just prayed that with sincerity, then like this video, comment boldly, my heart is ready to receive.
And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Anointed Echo, because the final portion of this message is coming next. Don't skip, because the closer you get to destiny, the louder distractions will try to pull you back. But this time, you must choose differently. You must choose faith over fear, discernment over desperation, peace over pressure, and purpose over performance. Your future spouse is not looking for a performance. They're praying for presence, for truth, for vulnerability, for strength wrapped in softness. They've already been surrounded by people who only wanted their potential, not their process. People who loved their image but couldn't handle their calling. They're not coming to play games. They're coming to build legacy. That's why you've been going through so much lately. The spiritual warfare, the emotional roller coasters, the unexplainable heaviness. Because heaven is preparing your soil. God is rearranging you internally, so that when this person comes, you don't reject the very thing you've been praying for. Yes, your prayer has a face, a voice, a name, and they're real. They may be watching this very video. They may be in a different city right now, unaware of how close they are to breakthrough, but their spirit is moving, their heart is softening, their roots are growing, and when it's time, your paths will collide. Not by accident, but by appointment. Don't skip. You're not done receiving. This is not the kind of connection that starts fast and ends in regret. This is not the kind of person who will leave you guessing, second-guessing, or settling. They'll come in with gentleness, consistency, respect, and clarity that silences every lie you believed about love. Because God is not just sending someone who looks good. He's sending someone who's good for your soul. Their message is this: I've been becoming who you need. I've been breaking habits, confronting fears, maturing emotionally, and learning to lead myself before I try to lead anyone else. I may not be perfect, but I'm real. I'm growing, and I'm praying for the day I meet you. Not to impress you, but to serve you. And if that's the kind of love you've been waiting for, don't be silent. Like this video. Comment, God is writing my love story, and I'm ready for it. And subscribe to Anointed Echo, because this isn't the end, it's the activation. Let's keep going. God is teaching you how to discern the authentic from the attractive. You've been burned before. You've been lied to. You've been gaslighted, ghosted, manipulated, and emotionally neglected. But it didn't kill you. It made you wise. You're not bitter. You're better. You're stronger. You're softer, but guarded by truth. So the next time someone tries to enter your life, you won't ask, do they like me?
You'll ask, can they carry what God placed in me? Because real love doesn't shrink your vision. It sharpens it. It strengthens it. It stands beside it. Your future spouse is coming to support your assignment, not compete with it. Don't scroll. They are leaving behind everything that no longer aligns. Friends who joke about commitment, lifestyles rooted in ego, addictions that kept them numb. They're letting go of counterfeit peace because their soul has tasted the pull of the real thing. That real thing is you. Not the version of you that's trying to be perfect. The version of you that's real, honest, healing, worshiping when it hurts, praying even when confused, choosing God over trends. That's what's drawing them in the spirit right now. So stay in position, stay consistent, stay covered in the word. Because when they arrive, you will not second guess it. You will not feel like a backup plan. You will not have to convince them of your worth. You will simply know this is it. This is safe. This is what God meant when He said, I will not withhold any good thing from those who walk uprightly. You are their good thing, and they are yours. Now hear this. Love is not about perfection. It's about pursuit. Not about having it all together, but being willing to grow together. When God writes a love story, it carries the weight of eternity, not just the thrill of emotions. You're not preparing for a wedding day. You're preparing for a marriage rooted in kingdom purpose. So yes, be excited, but also be equipped. Because love isn't a fairy tale, it's a faith walk. And the one God sends will walk it beside you with honor. Before I finish this portion, declare this over yourself. I am not too late. I am not too much. I am not forgotten. I am being aligned. And my love story is safe in the hands of God. Now go ahead and like this word, if it sat in your spirit. Comment below, this word is for me. I receive it fully. And finally, if you're serious about being spiritually and emotionally ready for what's coming next, subscribe to Anointed Echo now, because the next message might carry the exact breakthrough you've been waiting for.